Yo, yo, yo. It's your boy. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'll do it on the streamer later. But I saw the Minecraft film today. The only thing I will say is that it's better than the trailers give it to be. The only thing that is a constant from the trailers is the color. And to an extent, I'm fine with that because the 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 color is only bad when it's the humans in the world, but everything else in the world looks good. And the one thing I'll give it that is a negative, um, for a film I saw not even 5 hours ago now, it's highly forgettable. Like, highly forgettable. Like, sure, I'll remember it, like, if there's a potential sequel, which they're hoping for, because there's a fucking post-credit scene. And I honestly think this movie will do well regardless. Like, it's gonna be the opposite of Borderlands. No one wanted to see it. But Minecraft people want to see it because people want to see if it's bad or not. Because from the trailers, we can't tell. But I do say it's a good watch, but it's objectively not a good film. And I don't know if I like it more or less than Borderlands, because at least Borderlands felt like a film that could be set in the Borderlands universe, or based off the Borderlands story. But this one's like, it's not about, at the crux of it, it's not about Steve. It's about these random people we don't give a shit about. And Steve is a side character, even though he's a main character at the same time. I don't know. I'll talk about more about it later. I just want to get this shizzle done. I'm tired because I went to sleep when I usually sleep, and I woke up like a solid 5 hours before I normally wake up. The good thing about that is that it pushes me to do stuff in the daytimes. I'm gonna sleep good tonight. Was it last Thursday they did the announcement? Was it last Wednesday? For the MCU. I still want to produce and record that video talking about the MCU, or Disney in particular, and because I just think about it more and more and more. The more I think about it, the more it makes me confused, because the crux of it is that Disney doesn't see Australia as a profit to gain profit from. Therefore, we don't have specific things. And like, I understand if you may not like physical media, but there are people, no matter where you live, who love physical fucking media. You know? Like I have yet to meet someone who loves music or listens to an artist and doesn't buy their fucking physical albums. Because if you don't buy the physical albums, you're seen as a fake fan, you know? And like, it's so weird that we have these pop vinyls and like all these Funko Pops or whatever you want to call them, but we don't have we can't buy the factual media it's based on. I don't know. It just makes me like, I understand it's like maybe because the label or the pub vinyl heads, but like, if you think about it, I can get Deadpool Wolverine pub vinyl right now with relative ease, but I can't get the Deadpool Wolverine film. It's something about that just doesn't sit well with me. The only, like, you can only watch it on Disney Plus, or if you want it physically, you have to buy a region-free copy online. That's gonna be expensive because you have to. It's expensive, and I don't like that. Like, I remember all those years ago, comedians used to release DVDs. That's non-existent anymore. Russell Peters apparently was the first one to have a Netflix special, and now that's the commonplace, or uploading them to YouTube. And I understand uploading them to YouTube so everyone can see it with ease, but Netflix is always a paywall. Always will be behind a paywall. And apparently, I don't know the actual math on this, but apparently the creators get less money from streaming than they do from physical media. Because Matt Damon has said that initially the main bulk of revenue a film gets is from its cinema release. That's where the bulk of people will watch the film. That's where the box office comes from. That's where the box office comes from. But then the second massive profit margins is from the DVD releases. You know? Because people either buy the DVD or they rent it for the weekend, and like it gets all reflected. You know, I don't really know how this all like the science behind all that. Like, if you go to like a Video Easy or a Blockbuster, like, does Blockbuster only rent those films, those DVDs and whatever? And every time it gets rented, do the movie business, do they get money from that, or do they only get money from Blockbuster buying a bulk of their films? Like, that's what I want to know, because like, either companies supply the physical media to a supplier because they have a deal or a contract where like a gross percentage of, like, if you sell this DVD for $20, you get $15, we get $5 or something. I want to know the science behind it, because then I can understand why they don't see us as profitable anymore. And I will never see that, because we live in a country where internet is pretty hard to get good quality. So more often than not, you hear people complaining about internet not being available or internet being cut. Or like, I have to use my Ethernet to do a decent stream. Which is weird, because usually in America you can stream from your phone using Wi-Fi and it'll be fucking 4K. I can't even go on my phone when I stream, because that's how bad our internet is here. And because there's a higher market for it, because we're the country that kind of invented it. Like if you go to any other country, it's either just AT&T or maybe some other company. But over here, there's so many fucking different internet providers, broadband providers. It's actually insane. Sure, like a Maysim is under Optus and yada yada yada, but I will forever just be confused at the massive um like it's just so much. And I like, because sometimes, like, I can stream a movie, sure, but what if I don't have internet? You know, like a smart like home practice is to not worry about streaming. That's just something like, if you don't have internet, you can't stream anything. Like, I remember not even 10 years ago, Netflix wasn't even a thing in Australia. Streaming TV shows weren't a thing. It was a thing in the US for a little bit, and you could get a US Netflix, and that kind of worked, but it didn't work as well as it should have. But then, like, around 2016, it just Netflix everywhere. You know, when Stranger Things, like, I don't really know when Netflix officially launched in Australia. I think the reason why streaming TV shows launched and blew up was because of the massive success that YouTube did. Like, because maybe companies, like, sure, people, like, companies will be like, oh, why are you just watching one person? That doesn't make sense. But then they realize, oh, what they're doing is smart. They're uploading videos to a database, and it's going directly to the audience with no middleman. So if we paywall that, we get all the money. So Disney gets all the money as opposed to a JB Hi-Fi or a Target. And I want to know if that's true or not. Because if it is or if it isn't, like, I want to be smart in that regard, because I will always be a physical media collector. Always. If there's a movie I love, I'll buy it on DVD. No matter what. No matter if I only rewatch it maybe twice in my entire lifetime. Like, the option it to be there if we don't have access to the internet is the best thing. But, like, why don't I just download it? No. Like now, streaming services have the cheapest option is with ads, which gives them even more money. But not only that, we can't download anymore. You know, Binge used to just have one plan. Now it is 3. Like, I don't know if Napster was like the instigator behind this all, because Napster wasn't streaming music. It was uploading music to a database where it was ripped from a physical media or stolen from somewhere else. That makes more sense. I like how it looks more like the Mark V. I fucking love the Mark V too. The silver and the gold, silver and the red. And I always find it funny that we live in a state where one of the biggest stadiums, sports stadiums in our state, is called Marvel Stadium. Why have a stadium called Marvel Stadium if you don't see our country as a whole be profitable? Sure, I know it became Marvel like not even 10 years ago, at the height of Marvel. I get it. I get that. But outright saying we're not a viable market, next thing you know, Apple will be like, oh, sorry, after the iPhone 17 or whatever the fuck it's at now, Australia will no longer be getting phones. Like, well, what do you fucking mean? Like, there's demand. Why isn't there, like, I understand if a movie's not big in a country, why would you want to try to push it to be manufactured there and be released there physically? I get that. You know, that's why a lot of internationally made films like that aren't Ip Man or Parasite, that's why they don't come to DVD here, but there's still an audience of niche film. You know what I mean? Surely I'm not the only one that fucking thinks like this. Surely I'm not the only one. Because I just find it dumb that some of the biggest actors in the world at the moment are Australian, but they can't own their own movies in their home country. I just find that so idiotic. Like, next thing you know, you're telling me a label that I would get signed to doesn't want to put our hypothetical albums in my home country because it's not profitable enough. Like, what the fuck do you mean not profitable enough? Fuck, I did it wrong again. This is what happens when I ramble and not. And not actually fucking pay attention to what I'm doing. I understand if you make a film for a streaming service, because, like, Netflix does that. Movies get made, but then a company doesn't want to release it on a stream on in cinemas, so they push it to be a exclusive. But then but it's weird because at least with Roadhouse, everyone working on it fully expected it to be a cinema movie, and it wasn't. So a lot of people got so annoyed, rightfully annoyed, at Prime for doing that. That's like a band writing an album, expecting it to go on a streaming service, not a streaming service, on like CD or vinyl or whatever. I wonder if the other one will fit. Yeah, but the deal you write is like, oh no, sorry, it's just Spotify. You can only listen to it on Spotify. Like, what? And isn't Spotify like the most notorious streaming service because they give out the littlest payout? Sure, I know it's probably the easiest one to. I mean, I pay for it. I think Spotify should be a service that you don't need to pay for, and streams should be just regarded as the money. Again, I don't know what I'm talking about. Where the fuck is the piece? Huh? It all blends into one another. Hope is gone, it will never be the same. Things we disagree. Where's I think I need to rewatch the fucking Lord of the Rings films because I didn't like Fellowship. I felt that like Fellowship was 2 movies in one and didn't warrant that long of a fucking length. So I kind of want to rewatch it to see the actual hype around, because people say Fellowship is their favorite of the 3. I think my favorite is Return of the King, and Return of the King is the best. Like in the order of the likes, I liked it in Return of the King, Two Towers, Fellowship. But people say it's actually Fellowship, Return of the Ring, Two Towers. Like, what? And I've fucking. I understand it's hard to make a book into a movie because it's like, hey, how are you going to do it for time? And like, if you can have 3 hours, 3 hours is a long time for a movie. Genuinely. So if you can make it work, do it. Oh, something that will always make me to feel weird, because I don't think I would want to do it, is having roommates with people you don't know. I understand people do it to like they can pay less, you know, less on electricity, less on water. I get that, but like not wanting or not asking people you know before, like it's so weird, because I know someone whose roommate, She was a 19-year-old girl. Her roommate was like a 45-year-old woman, and they didn't know each other. The girl was young, pretty skinny. Yeah, then there was just an obese woman. Like, I wouldn't feel comfortable in any scenario living with someone that old that isn't related to me. Like, I would, sure, I would love to, hypothetically, would love to move out, have my own place, but I don't want to live by myself. Living by yourself, I think, will be the worst thing to do for your own mental sanity. Because not only do you have to worry about doing everything, worrying about every little thing, you have to just make yourself preoccupied. And if you get yourself a pet, she'll make you feel you're not lonely anymore. But like, nah, I would and also the fucking climate. No way. Who would do that to themselves? There we go. It's nearly done. Look at the hand. It looks so cool. Remember the age of whatchamacallit? The age of collaborations on YouTube, where people will make it's usually we make a video for my channel, we make a video for your channel. That's the thing, like mutual gaining. But sometimes people just like PewDiePie was on a game time with Smosh playing GTA 4. I think there were on a PewDiePie video with all the girls as well. Back then, girlfriends. It must be very weird because, like, at least back in the day, especially in America, YouTubers, it felt like college. Everyone knew everyone, to the point that you're not just a fellow creator, you're my friend. And now it's like that, but in a weird way, where I know who you are, but I will never talk to you. Unless somehow, like thing I'm thinking about the most is Ludwig, Cutie Cinderella, all that crew. Because there's a lot of people that are in that crew, and they're fucking look at Marco Reeves, which is like with Pokimane, with Toast, with kind of the Asian Twitch streamers. But then technically you can, depending on what game, Among Us came out the right time for it to be one of the biggest games on the planet, because it came out amidst COVID basically, and that's why everyone played it, because it was a COVID game. And someone, I don't know who started it, but someone had the bright idea. We're like, what if we just play with fellow creators? And that's how so many creators blew up. Fuzzly was unknown at the time, and she played with fucking PewDiePie. Fucking, I don't think Ethan ever even met PewDiePie or Felix. And they were playing Among Us every day with each other. That's the only good thing the pandemic did, is it made all these collaborations more frequent. And that's the only thing I think people can be thankful for, because COVID era on YouTube was a good era. It's undeniable. It will never be the same. Good thing tonight is I can start streaming early, because Mother is working tonight. So it's the only good thing about not watching shows. I mean, I want to be able to watch an episode every single day, but since Monday and night is gonna be more frequent now. Like, sure, I know that the only reason why she goes is says yes to get money. But when the new job officially happens, it properly happens, that means you can go back to watching stuff every night. Oh, this is the fingers. It's not going to be the same height. That kind of annoys me. That kind of annoys me. It's so small. It's so small. Hang on, what? Oh, we can move him. Right, child, why don't you know that you are? I don't know why, the finger looks so small. Like I missed a step. I'm gonna make another finger. It looks so small. Fuck. That's so sad. I thought it'd be the same height. We're making the fingies now. I should have clicked in my head sooner. Then we're making the fingers. Try to do the trick or do it work, or just chuck food in my buns or whatever in my hand. So that means, because Dan TDM was in the Minecraft film, does that mean he met and talked to Jason Momoa and Jack Black in that? Because he was in a scene with Jason Momoa, basically. I'd like to think so. I was kind of expecting to see a Notch cameo. but he wasn't in there. Jeb was. I think it was Jeb. It was just a redhead. They made this weird joke where it's funny because like it's a two-sided joke. The waiter came by. It wasn't Jeb. And they were like, "Are you finished?" Towards the villager. Then Jennifer Coolidge is like, "Oh, I think he's Swedish." And it's like, it's funny because Finnish is Finland and next to Sweden, but then Minecraft was Mojang and Nacho Swedish. Didn't he sell Minecraft for $1 billion? Was that it? Fuck, imagine selling a property for $1 billion. I mean, sure, it's a multi-billion-dollar now, but like, still, $1 billion's a lot of fucking money. Can't be upset with the amount of moolah game makes. But then I don't know if Notch is happy with some of the decisions, especially lately. Like, I understand adding in different mobs, but then like kind of fundamentally changing the game in some aspects kind of like ruins it for me. I'll forever appreciate Minecraft. You know, it's one of those games where like you can play whenever and you love it again. Then you get kind of burnt out and you stop playing it again. And that doesn't mean it's a bad fucking thing. It just means that, oh, this is my 2-week Minecraft period done. Again. I know what's going to happen to me now. Hate not, then must miss me, nothing what lies beneath my flesh. Yes, I listened to the second bit of Shogun today, which I'm glad I did, because I was not going to. Because the only reason why I don't want to listen to Shogun is because Shogun is a fucking 11-minute song. Hang on, that's not the right spot. That makes more sense. Two of the thingies are done. It's gonna end in the thumb, I think, because the thumb is probably one of the harder ones to do. Ugh, cracks for days. That's the wrong piece. Also, the Until Dawn movie, that's gonna fucking flop hard because it doesn't even look like the game. And why the fuck are they making an Until Dawn movie? The game came out 10 years ago. You want to go for the hype of the game, you should have done it like when it like was at its hype. Sure, that if it wasn't for Until Dawn, we wouldn't have gotten all these other like Man of Medan type games, which I haven't seen anyone play because the Dark Pictures anthology never interested me as much as Until Dawn did. Like, I want to play Until Dawn, I want to play it, platinum it. But I just know that'll be a slog to get through. Like, not only do you need to play through it once, you need to play through it to get like each of the different endings. In order to get the different endings, you have to like each character has to do a specific thing, and if this character doesn't do this specific thing, the other character's ending will be drastically different. Like, that's also the reason why, like, fucking even though I know it's an amazing game, Detroit Become Human, I don't think I'll ever attempt to platinum it because is just too long and too monotonous to the I don't want to replay the same thing again and again and again and again. You know what I mean? Like, replaying games is fun, but not doing the same thing again and again and again is fun for a different outcome. That's legitimately the thing, the meaning behind fucking insanity. Doing the same thing again and again and again, expecting a different result, is the fundamental meaning of insanity. What the fuck that would be for, but not up to that yet. And then do the tip of a Z finger. Probably the tip of the finger is the most common part of your body that people get in an accident getting ripped off, or you have to do it to confirm your loyalty to the Yakuza or whatever. Because also, doesn't Tony Iommi only have a bit of his finger left? Hang on. How come the other ones I did got the 2 one, but this one I got the singular one? That's odd. It's really odd. Unless I did it wrong. I don't think I did. No, I didn't do it wrong. It's a bit confusing to me, but yeah. Middle finger. I don't really understand why the middle finger means fuck you, but it does. Well, I don't really like how you can see the gold clearly when these ones you can't. I'm not particularly a fan of that design choice, but okay. The one thing I want to say about the Minecraft film, I was thinking about it as the credits were rolling because it makes sense. I was confused why there's so many fucking different people in this film. So many different people in this film. Why isn't he just following Steve? But I realized that it's kind of based on the premise that you can do whatever you want in Minecraft. If you want to just search for diamonds, get rich via villages, just make cool things, you can, because it's a sandbox game, and it's probably the biggest sandbox game ever, to the point that some people don't think it's a sandbox game. You have to do this, you have to do that, and it makes sense because Steve just wants to build stuff, build these monuments and whatever, and live his life in Minecraft in that world. Then the kid, Hank, or whatever, he wants to create unique things that aren't in the world as Minecraft. Like a tater tot shooter, which is people confused as to what this thing was, and then it's what you think it is in the movie. Like people assuming or thinking that the kid he's gonna become a hacker. He's cheating. A lot of people thought he was gonna be a cheater, and that's not what happened. Then one person just wants to tame the animals, tame as many wolves as you can. And that's a pretty cool thing. Like all the different characters do that. I do like that. I was wondering, that's the only thing having the ensemble. Well, it's not really an ensemble cast, but the amount of people in the film dictate that. It's pretty cool. And if other people has that takeaway, it would probably change the film for them, because Garrett Gargar, he just wants diamonds to get money in the real world. I don't know how much the diamonds in Minecraft in that universe, how much they'd be worth, because these are not real. Also, there wasn't a joke about respawning. A lot of people were assuming there'd be a joke about respawning. I didn't die. I just respawned in my bed. It kind of did a joke like that where Steve got knocked out and woke up in the bed getting licked by the dog. But other than that, there wasn't really a joke per se about that. Ironically, I could just change it for these ones and make it a different type of piece. Because flat curve, what's the point on making them so different? Still weird to know I have this one.
Boyfriend Simulator. Play Boyfriend Simulator. Yes. Play Boyfriend Simulator.
It's an iconic clip. The way Flynn just shouts out yes is hilarious. Legitimately hilarious to me. Just got a flashback. Well, I saved it 2 years ago, but I shared it to my mate 2 years ago, but it's from 2017 when I was in year 9. And he says, "Can we play Boyfriend Simulator?" And then my other mate in the background very enthusiastically says, "Yes." Like in the gay tone, you know what I mean? Like the very flamboyant tone. Fucking hilarious. It's a perfect clip. It's just so funny to me. Ooh. That'd be a unique type of piece. Bro, I can flip you off. I can do rock on, dude. Party on, dudes. Thought there'd be an extra one of these. Pardon me. Hello? Hello? That's the piece. The fuck? Holy fuck. This is a first. I have to use a piece that's extra from bag fucking 2. That's insane. This is a fucking first in my Lego making history. I'm making the Nano Gauntlet, and the next piece I need is a red 2x1. I don't have any in this array. But you know where I did have it? In my bag 2 extra pieces. That's a fucking first. That's a fucking first. Because I've had a couple of missing pieces before. I've had warp pieces before. But I never had a piece that was in the incorrect bag before. Because this is weird to be an extra piece. Because it's not a 1x1. Or one of the smaller ones. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Ah. Oh, what the fuck? Bruh. Bruh. I'm fucking missing a piece. That's insane. Ugh. And guess what? I need that type of piece again. So, I'm missing one. Fuck. Defective Lego, man. Defective Lego. I need to find the 2x1. I need to find a fucking 2x1, mate. Because there's no other piece I could have done it incorrectly with. Genuinely, no other piece. Unless... two 2x1s. Fuck. My only hope is I dropped him, but then... Like, technically I can use these. Fucking Christ. Miss one, I missed fucking two. So fucking irritating. I mean, there is a strong possibility I did this wrong. There is a strong possibility I did this wrong. You said another 2x1. I don't want to do this.
Don't make a way for chicken straight back.
Of course they want to go.
What?
Of course they want to go. You need to give them an incentive.
What?
You need to give them an incentive.
For what?
I don't know.
No, come in the door. That door shut. Come. The box. Yellow box of Lego.
At first, I thought I was missing one piece, then I realized it was something that was maybe two. And then it's another one of that piece. No, it's not that small, that's what I mean. It's a weird to be small.
It's not up yet.
What?
Box.
Well, I didn't know it was yellow.
It's not up yet.
Hmm. Now, I can put this nonsense away. It's good. Yeah, either I dropped it or I didn't. None of the time. Oh, it's up there. I found a red 2x1. Not the 2x1 of the color palette we need, but it's a red 2x1, and I think it's the only 2x1 I could find. Fuck. Why minimum order, mate? Just now I'm gonna find it. I'm seriously spending $5 to get a single 2x1 piece. Okay. I'll replace it when that piece comes, but as of right now, like it's so out of place. It's insane. It's red as a 2x1, but it's so out of place. Yeah, part of me believes I already have that piece somewhere. Like if I was missing two, that's something odd. And you know what's even more odd is that even if I could have used the ones from there. See, it's so noticeable. It's insane. What's weird is that we're putting on this for everything else. Now we're putting on the stones. Getting the orange one first. Doing the orange one. I forget what the orange one is. Time zone, power, mind, reality. Fuck. Let's see what's. What is. Space. Soul. Soul is the orange one. I found in my stash a regular red 2x1. It's so out of place. So I bought a piece online. I don't know where the initial one where I bought the replacement piece for Venom. Because I'll show you the warp stone. Warp stone. The warp piece. It's gone. Anyways, I had a warped black, like 1x7 piece that was bent basically. So I've got that replaced with the Venom. Where is it? I had it here. It's fucking gone. It's gone, bro. Like I had it killing like right there by the spider and all those. Huh. No. So confused. How's this? How, how does this click in paste? So it's the right at the end. You figure out you don't have pieces. So these elastic things are so weird. It's not even a real Lego piece. It's so weird. How does it fucking click into place? That's it. Gauntlet is freaking done. A lot of extra pieces. Don't know if I did it dumb and didn't do it all correct. It looks relatively correct on my end. So here's the Nano Gauntlet. And here's the OG Gauntlet. They are the same height. That's good. Both of them done. He uses the same technique besides these gems. I think this one feels better, I think. Yeah, but they're both cool. You know. They're both done. It's cool. And then now what we need is the real gauntlet. No, I don't think I'll ever get them, but both done in Lego form. That's cool. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and have some dinner. Ooh, big cracks from days. I remember getting that one piece in the mail. I don't know when. Next week maybe. But cool. See you later.